Everywhere I look, I see people claiming that the LGBT community having representation in movies and TV shows is part of the gay agenda. So I guess a piece about pride is the agenda's endgame, right? But is this a gay old time, or just a campy mess? A collaboration, but mostly utilising UK sources, Pride tells a true story that I wasn't familiar with. Truth be told, I didn't even know about the Stonewall riots either, so as far as LGBT history is concerned, clearly I wasn't as clued up as I thought I was. It stars a veritable who's who of UK cinema veterans, such as Dominic West, Paddy I know I'm going to pronounce this wrong as well, Paddy Considine, yeah, that's the one, him from Dead Man's Shoes, Bill Nighy, and Melda Staunton. Being a huge fan of West and Considine, I had no problems with the casting here. It tells the story of a young group of gay activists who worked to help miners during their lengthy strike of the National Union of Mine Workers in the summer of 1984. Now, Old Maggie truly fucked over the north of England on that front. But I'll resist the urge to rant on that one, and if you disagree, your history needs a brush up, and or you're too ignorant and out of touch to appreciate the ramifications of what she did. But how do you think these young gay folk were greeted by the stereotypical men of the mining industry, especially considering this is set during the 1980s? Despite the persecution, they rally behind their cause, and the true story behind the movie is really quite touching. This version up on screen? Equally so. To the degree where I'll say now that Pride is one of the best movies I've seen in years. Certainly in my top 10 for the last decade. It manages to be funny without going into needless madcap realms. It stays on topic, about the persecution, the distinct lack of tolerance and everything they went through right there alongside the miners, who at this point were jobless and under an uncaring Tory government, kind of like the one we have right now. It's touching, it's heartfelt, it's feel good and wonderfully crafted by all involved. The ending did thoroughly make me well up. I also have to give a complimentary nod to Jessica Gunning for a fantastic performance here. I was moved, and I'd love to think this movie with... I'd like to think that films like this would sway public opinion further. But alas, after reading public reviews on the likes of IMDb, some folks are just too far gone. A phenomenal movie on every level. I am proud to award Pride a solid 9 out of 10. Okay, so rant time, spoilers possible. It's 2020. Why are we still having this conversation? Why are so many people still obsessed with who other people go to bed with? All the ills of the world, and that right there is what they decide to put their passion into. Something that folks cannot control, and something where there is no victim. What in the yellow, red, green, blue, purple and black hells has it got to do with you if Joe loves Jill or Barry? Love is love. Such intolerance is as irrational as racism, but hell, that's rife as well. Then again, thinking about it, have you ever noticed that bigotry seems very uniform? How many times have you come across a racist who supports the LGBT community? How often do you come across someone who is anti-LGBT but not racist? I don't think I've ever come across such a person. Look at the things that are going on in the world, and that's what you're going to get upset about? If people put a tenth of the passion they have for their bigotry into something that's actually negative and damaging this world, the world will be a considerably better place. Are you one of those fuck nuggets who thinks that it's a choice? Really? So here's a question for you. Do you believe that gay people are attracted to one another? Let me make it simpler for you. Let's say Barry, he's gay, and he's in a relationship with Steve. Is Barry attracted to Steve? If your question is yes, then it's not a choice, is it, you dumb fuck? If your answer is no, then that makes things more interesting. Are you suggesting that gay people are spending their lives with and having sex with people they're not attracted to? What's their reasoning behind this? Are they doing it to buck the system? Are they seeking attention? Why? More to the point, how? Another question for you. Do you think you could suck a guy's dick, Mr. Straight Guy? Again, if your answer is no, then why do you think they can? If your answer is yes, then, well, that makes things even further interesting, and I really don't know how to tell you. Bottom line, folks, don't be a bigot. There is no gay agenda, it's not contagious, and the only way they'll influence your children is by lowering the chances of them becoming a bigot. So what do you guys think of Pride? Do you agree with my assessment? Are you a stalwart LGBT supporter? Or proud bigot? Let me know in the comments. As always, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.